This is Internet Business Mastery, episode 86.
In a world where bosses control your life and thoughts of escape fill your mind, where inspiration seems dead and cynicism rules the masses, you have a desire to break free. You feel the need to take control. Now, there exists a place where the secrets of freedom and wealth are given to those who believe. InternetBusinessMastery.com. Free your mind.
Hello and welcome to Internet Business Mastery Online at InternetBusinessMastery.com. I'm Sterling.
And I'm Jay.
And we're here to help you escape the 9-to-5 and live the lifestyle of your dreams by turning your life's passion into a profitable internet business, even if you're just getting started today. Now, in this episode of Internet Business Mastery, we talk about how to choose affiliate programs that will make you money, and in the quick tip, we explain why we plan to stop using Google Docs and we'll share the service that we plan to use as an alternative. We'd also like to remind you that if you'd like to get a jump start on creating your own profitable internet business using our proven system, you can claim your risk-free trial membership to the Internet Business Mastery Academy by going to freeaudiogift.com. So, Jay, what's been going on? Actually, I almost said since we've been back from Salt Lake, but I guess even then. If that makes sense.
Well, since we've been back from Salt Lake, a whole heck of a lot. That was awesome getting together in Salt Lake and just doing that kind of beginning of the year in-person strategy meeting, eating all the yummy food that we like to eat while we plan, hitting all our favorite places. But I think that's probably something we've talked about in the past. How at least once, if not twice a year, we get together in person, and there's just more effective brain power and masterminding and planning can go on when we're in person together. And eating.
Well, and I think some people don't realize that we don't actually work together and we only see each other just a couple of times a year, even though we have this business together.
That's true. Even though we talk like every day and things like that, our business is entirely remote. I mean, it's funny the number of times that I see somebody that's actually, works in or on our business is pretty much when I see you, since most other people I never see, and I'll see you, probably about twice a year. But so that was awesome. Lots of great plans, and we're excited. I mean, I know we've been saying that a lot, and people are probably like, just get on with the plans already. But there are definitely very cool things coming. But here's one lesson I really pulled away from what we were doing, because this new business model we're going to be rolling out is based on something that we learned from Ryan Deiss and Perry Belcher. I'd mentioned this to you in the while we were in Salt Lake, and I'll mention to the listeners how, at the time I remember both of us, that was actually one session that I sat all the way through, just riveted. I mean, normally I have a hard time sitting still in those conferences. It's my attention span has a really hard time with it. I'll just
and you're talking about the conference that we did in June of last year.
Yeah. So we were in Austin and got invited down to that. And, most of the time I was up and, both of us, we'd be chatting with people and doing, other networking and stuff. But I remember being riveted by that one. But, my mind had kind of pushed it out because I knew at the time we weren't ready and that, we hadn't kicked back up to a full 40 hours again, like we have at the beginning of this year. But it was really cool. So we were planning our new business model and thing. You kind of mentioned, oh, well, I remember they were talking about such and such, and it was like, well, let's pull the CD out. Let's watch it now. And we did. We had them there, and we popped the DVD in, and we had popcorn and stuff that we'd gotten from the snack store there. And in the little living room of this suite we were in, we watched that video, an hour-long training that they had done. And it was a reminder to me of the power of just-in-time learning. Meaning the most effective learning happens when at the time that you are ready to implement it. And sure, there's some bits of learning that should happen maybe to open your mind to the possibilities. But I think one thing that we get hung up a lot, especially in the internet marketing space, where there's lots of fast, new, shiny things always coming along, and it hits our email box, or we see it on a blog, or somebody says, oh, guess what I'm working on right now? And immediately we're like, oh my gosh, I should be doing that. Oh my gosh, I got to read this blog post. Oh, I should be writing down notes of every piece of this thing. I might need this at some point in the future. But, ask yourself, how many times have you then actually gone back and and done those things or looked at those notes, and going along with information diet, which we're very big proponents of, asking yourself, do I need to read this blog post now? Am I actually ready to implement it? Do I really need to attend this conference now? Do I need to watch this CD or buy this course right now? It's going after that information, consuming the information that you actually are ready to implement now that really is the most effective. And that was just a very, I guess, profound evidence of that happening. It just felt so cool. It was like, wow, we're watching this and now we're putting it into action, rather than watching it and being going, oh, that's awesome, and then like feeling anxious that you're not doing it, and then just hoping that someday you'll get around to it. It was just in time learning at its finest.
Yeah, I definitely agree with doing that. I'm getting now to the point where if I start something and even 2 minutes into it, if I realize that I can't do this right now, I turn it off, including we were there actually for a mastermind group. And after the first day, we started talking, and then all of a sudden we realized we have to do this other thing. We're not ready for this other information. We're at 100% of what we need right now. We know what needs to happen next. So it was just like, well, let's pop in that thing and just do what is next right now. And, we ended up not going to two more days of that thing that we were there for, because we were like, we just have to actually do what's right dead in front of us now. And I remember when I actually got started with internet business, for months, I actually became kind of an expert at the basics of all aspects of internet business, and still really didn't have a whole lot to show for it.
Yeah.
So, I could have taught stuff even then based on what I had learned, but I didn't have any actual experience doing it yet, because I just kept thinking, I'd go off on some tangent and they'd go, okay, now here's the best way to do a sales funnel. And I'm learning all about sales funnels when I don't even have a website up yet or know what niche I'm in. So I guess kind of the thing to take away with this is if you're absolutely at scratch, it's like, well, find what the first thing is and do that now, instead of suddenly you realize you're reading 25 blogs about internet business, doing nothing about it, and the blogs are all over the place, and you're reading a book and you're going through a course. It's like, pick one thing and just go step by step through it.
Absolutely. And I guess I'm trying to think if there's any time that but I guess even then it's just in time learning. Sometimes there's things I listen to just because it gets me amped up to hear about those things. But I guess it's a different type of listening. It's not like I'm listening to a traffic CD that I'm not ready to put in. It's like, just certain kinds of shows or audiobooks and things that I'll listen to that kind of give me that motivation, like, oh yeah, I'm cool, I'm ready to go. So I was trying to think if there was a time that I don't do just-in-time learning, but really in that case, it's still just-in-time learning, because I know it's like, hey, I kind of need something to pump me up this week. I'm going to go listen to this Dan Kennedy segment or whatever, because I know it'll get me pumped. And hopefully our show is something that does that for people, that some of the stories we tell and the things we talk about and the principles that we teach are the kind of thing that you get that recharge of your battery. But that's, I guess, another form of just-in-time need or just-in-time learning. But I guess with that said, today's topic is about affiliate programs, which came up recently because actually our Platinum group has been asking about it quite a bit. So we thought it would be great to talk a little bit about that. So let's go ahead and dive into that segment.
And now, the features segment.
Affiliate programs, a great source of income. In fact, for us, it's one of our top 3 sources of income. Obviously, the Academy makes us the most money, then followed by the Platinum Group, and then followed by affiliate programs. We get regular influx of income to our PayPal account, and checks that show up in the inbox, or in our mailbox. What do you call that thing? Mailbox? I don't know. I forget, because it seems like so rare that I actually go to a mailbox these days. But I can remember having that feeling when checks started showing up, even when they were only like $10 and then $20 and then $50, and now it's crazy to think that every once in a while we get an affiliate payment of thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, 26,000 was one we saw recently.
That was one that we just got recently, and it's an income stream not to be ignored. And a lot of our Platinum group are to the point where they've got their following kind of starting to build. They're starting to think about that product that they want to create, but they're still wondering, like, man, how can I just get to that first dollar? Just so I feel like I'm a professional. I've done this for money now, And we were talking to them on the mastermind call recently and said, well, start looking at affiliate income. That's